Hello, hello, hello. This is kind of random if you ask me. Yeah. Welcome to a breaking news story that. Welcome to the breaking news as I am joined by Orman. Yes. We have breaking news. We have a lot of breaking news to go over. So let's get right into the topic. Of. Yes. Let's get not accepted, David. Anyway, let's get right into the breaking news because this just came out about 15-20 minutes ago. So bear with us. We're going to go over the news as I need to clear that off. Thank you very much. And I need to share this in Elijah's server, so give me 1 second. So, let's get right into it, shall we? While I'm doing this. First and foremost, the big news is no surprising. Kansas, that was scheduled for May 30th through the 31st, has been postponed to a to be determined. Michigan, that was scheduled from June 5th to June 7th, has also been postponed. No official word on a makeup date as far as those two events are concerned. But wait, there's more. No, that's not a derp, David. Let's get into the news. We have gotten the dates for the 5 tracks that got postponed. The Atlanta race that was postponed back in March because of the COVID-19 when somebody tested positive. That race weekend will go to where originally Kansas was supposed to be on, if you know what I mean. So that means all of our picks we made for Atlanta are now locked in. That means we're not going to have a show that week when we recap Bristol. Speaking of Bristol, the Kansas weekend that was supposed to happen will be the weekend for Bristol. May 30th and May 31st on FS1 at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, all of these times are 3:30, are all Eastern Standard Time, so don't freak out if you know what I mean. So the of course I talked about Atlanta. Trucks will be at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on June 6th, 4:30 Eastern Time on Fox for the Xfinity Series. The Cup race will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Martinsville will be on June 10th at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's a bit interesting if you ask me about that. Yep, only for the Cup Series, so I don't know what that's going to mean for the Truck Series unless they do a double header to make up that race, if you know what I mean. The Homestead weekend that was supposed to be right after Atlanta got their dates. The Truck Series race will be an afternoon race. It was going to be a night race, but they've changed it to an afternoon race. They will be live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's like a lunch race, if you know what I mean. The same day, at 3:30 Eastern Time, the Xfinity Series will have not one, but 2 races they'll be running. Saturday, June 13th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. Then Sunday, June 14th at noon Eastern Time, race 2 for the Xfinity Series, 250 miles. Do not know how many laps they're going to run. And then the Cup races, Dixie 400 at Homestead, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. And then on June 20th, which if I look at my calendar, and please don't help me, I can figure this out, which is Father's Day weekend. Yes, Father's Day weekend, which normally would be an off week for them. We are going to have a interesting day at Talladega Superspeedway. We'll have the ARCA Menard Series race at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. Following the ARCA race will be the Xfinity Series Moneyline 300 at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Sunday will be the Talladega weekend at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yes. In a statement, let me first read you the statement that both So, as NASCAR and Kansas Speedway, as well as Michigan, navigate the COVID-19, we continue to prioritize the health and safety of our fans, teams, officials, and the entire NASCAR community. In doing so, NASCAR has made the difficult decision to postpone the races originally scheduled for May 30th and 31st at Kansas Speedway and for June 5th and 7th at Michigan International Speedway. At this time, the rescheduled date has not yet been announced. So, Orman, what's your reaction to all of that news? I want to get your reaction about this. Also, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I also just got this. No fans will be in attendance for all of those events till the end of June.
Okay, gotcha.
For all 5 events. So just want to throw that out there. Alright, which I think you're a little surprised about that, are you?
I'm a little surprised.
Alright. So I have gotten the race distances from my friend Alex. So let me just break it down. Bristol, 300 miles, you know that. Cup, 500 miles, you know that. Atlanta distances, you probably already know that. Martinsville, same thing. This is where Miami gets a little bit interesting, and I want to get Orman's take on this. Truck race, same. 134 laps. A little over 200 miles. This is where it gets interesting, and Orman, I need your opinion on this. The Xfinity Series race distance, 167 laps, 250 miles. So think about it. It's kind of like reminds you of a Texas for both races, for Saturday and Sunday. Cup is going to be the same. Same with Talladega. But 167 laps at Homestead, that's going to throw a big strategy in the crew chiefs. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, big strategy is going into favor for the crew teams. Yeah, that's shocking.
Just also got confirmed, not only Kansas and Michigan have been postponed, Mid-Ohio has been postponed. Trucks at Texas has been postponed. Here comes the ugly part. Trucks, Xfinity, and modified races at Iowa has been canceled and will not be rescheduled. Your thoughts on that?
That's a huge blow for the schedule. NASCAR really wanted to go to Iowa, but with the pandemic that's going on, that did not happen.
I'm gonna let everybody know. And Iowa will not be made up. Also, Mid-Ohio. Also, I'm gonna put Mid-Ohio has been postponed. So that means the Xfinity Series will have to wait till probably Watkins Glen for their first road course race of the season. So I will need to also let Elijah know in his server. So, what's your guys' reaction to that? I mean, to me, I'm going to let everybody know. So, I mean, I'll give you my perspective about this. First of all, I feel bad for Iowa being canceled in that retrospect. Mid-Ohio also postponed, so we don't know when that will be made up. So, let me see what else this is also going to affect. If I look at the calendar. So that means, of course, Chicago. Here comes where the part's going to be. Is Pocono going to be in jeopardy of being canceled if we end up having some more races? Because it's the only time the series will be going to Pocono. I have a feeling Pocono could be canceled. That will screw everything up. So. Yeah, I knew Elijah was going to beat me to it. But either way, I look at this schedule and I really be a bit worried for a number of things. Take Atlanta, for instance. Normally you see it in March. Now it's in June. It's in the middle of the heat. And it's going to be slicker and hotter and all that good stuff. I could say the same thing for Homestead and the same thing for Talladega. Martinsville, however, is going to be a little interesting. I'm sorry. I'm just being quiet because I'm trying to tell Elijah something. Yeah, but like I said, that race at Homestead is really gonna shake up the crew chief. So think about this. Think about like a truck race, but fuel mileage is going to be a thing. Plus, also here comes the other problem: is going to be who's going to be the NASCAR races, if you know what I mean. Kyle Busch will be running at Darlington and Charlotte, so don't be surprised about that. Also, Wheel and Modified has also canceled events at Martinsville. That will not be made up. So there you go. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. This is something we are going to be scratching our heads, but it's going to be interesting to see. So we'll keep you updated on most of the things. For now, I'd like to thank you for joining me. And for Nathan Norman, I'm Dean Evil signing off, and we will see you all later. Bye-bye, everybody.